Hey guys, it's EJ.
It's Pete. What's happening?
Hey man, it's our afterthoughts, man, and we just got through watching
Young Pappy, Afterlife Part 3.
Shit, man.
Part 3. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely interesting. I mean, you know, you always hear things about, like, you know, Tupac with the whole Machiavelli theory. You know what I mean? How he was kind of predicting his life, well, his death actually, before he was actually dead. And Biggie Smalls the same way, life after death. It was kind of like a premonition, and you kind of seeing the same thing with Young Pappy. I don't know if, you know, y'all going deep into it. I know a lot of the fans are younger, and they just like, yo, Young Pappy, let's just do the song. Yo, the song crunk. You know what I mean? Y'all saying that rest in peace, but, you know, I don't think people are looking at, like, the deeper meaning behind things. Like, even, like, the T Grizzly, people were saying that we were hating. But, I mean, from
people
our...
say we're hating for real on that T
From
Grizzly.
our perspective, we looking at it like, I mean, we're looking at it as a black man.
As an educated black man.
Yeah, I mean, and then have another black man that's kind of glorifying jail and... You know, I mean, not glorifying jail because it may not be his thing.
They're glorifying jail because ain't
might not be
cool about jail.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Can't get a job after jail.
I mean, I don't know if he's glorifying or it's like that's how they're portraying it. I mean, maybe he's just telling his story, or maybe he is glorifying it. But either way, it's being perceived like, yo, you know, everybody's focused on like the song aspect. Yeah, it's a cool song. Yeah, it's a cool song just because it's out. And,
yeah, it's out there.
If it's popular, people gonna say they like it because it's popular. But we're looking at it with deeper meaning, like, yo, we see a black man in like jail costume, and like we don't really consider that.
I don't. Honestly, me personally, if you went to jail, that means you weren't smart enough to not get caught, right? Because you know what makes the most money in America? Private institutions. One of the biggest private institutions is jails. Because ask them what they do in jail. They're doing shit for about 50 or 10 cents to put out a fucking plate or whatever the fuck they gotta do, right? So saying that you're gonna go to jail is like saying, I want a free job for 10 cents. Believe it or not, right? So I can't support anything that doesn't allow freeness because I want everybody to be free. I want everybody to be put in a position where they're successful. So who is it for me to come out with something and say, hey man, I got out and you know what, I'm a kind of glorified and I got out and it was super quick, when I could go the route of don't go in there and be successful by me doing your own shit, by not even attacking that, by going a different route. It just makes so much sense, right? We sound like them people, I actually hear all the time where it was like, that motherfucker, does he really look out for me saying go a different route, don't go that route? But you kind of see it after a while, right? Like, if you go to jail, you can't get no jobs, right? But let's switch that, right? Let's go to Young Pappy. Young Pappy is interesting, potential, has flow, this shit. He was just born in the wrong area, right? He was born in Chiraq. Chiraq is very brutal to the point to where the president of the United States is saying, are we going to have to send the feds in, right?
Word.
The 4th of July, I did my research. Every 4th of July for the last 3 years has increased the murder rates by fucking 75, well, I think it's like 0.5% each year. So think about that, right? What is going on? And I hear a lot of, well, the old heads were basically killed off or went to jail, so pretty much all the youngins are taking over. But this is kind of showing evidence of it, right? The music. Every person that has beef in Chiraq has literally died, right? So looking at this information, right? Maybe if I'm right or if I'm wrong, I'm looking in it and I'm thinking from a man who wants the best for everybody. I'm not thinking for a man who wants anybody to die of a war. I'm not thinking of it from a man that wants just anybody to get hurt or just thinking of probably, because at the end of the day, I don't know none of you motherfuckers, right? Well, I know people with my fans, I support you, but I don't know any of you rappers, you know, but I know this, you are an African-American male, believe it or not. So going through the same shit as an African-American male, this is what I feel for you. You want to stay out of trouble as much as possible. So Young Pappy, right? I know how he passed away, right? I follow academics. DJ Academics, a great guy. You know, he reports it. He got to the point where he's reporting Chiraq so bad that he said, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. And I understand it because
it's fucking depressing.
It's depressing as shit because he was doing it as satire, but then he started realizing, yo, this shit's getting too crazy, right? So Young Pappy, he passed away, and let me know if I'm wrong, off of getting off of a bus. Somebody found him, gang violence, and they shot him. the dude has a fantastic talent, man. We're gonna check out his brother to spit some shit. Has a fantastic talent. One of God's angels, what I would say, yo, to do some shit and spit it. Now imagine if he didn't talk about shooting. Imagine he was talking about something else because he has a talent, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean,
let's really look at this issue.
If he was able to kind of nurture his talent, use it, because I mean, a lot of times like some of the songs you can hear like the pain in his voice.
You can hear in his pain's voice.
Like when like the shit is really real, you can hear it, and it's a shame that of course I don't know if he got more notoriety after he died or before he died. Most likely after he died, because that's how it works. Usually ends up being, which isn't necessarily the best thing. Yeah. Which I mean, the only one capitalizing off of that is some of these corporations like YouTube, who are
YouTube. Because at the end of the day, when he dies, who still gets paid? Right. Nobody
YouTube gets paid.
YouTube's gonna get paid regardless, whether we watch the videos or we not. But mamas are crying and everything else. So think about that, man. Like who benefits off of gang violence? Who benefits off of drug selling? You feel me? So that's how we look at it. So understand where we're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been through some of this shit. So we don't talk about it. But when we look at stuff like this, when you're glorifying certain things and you're trying to figure out why police are looking at you, and you're really kind of figuring out why shit is coming your way, because you're making public announcements and saying, I don't give a fuck. But what happens when you don't give a fuck? Motherfuckers find you, man. Like, that's just what it is. Fucking Chiraq is only so big. Yeah. That's not a big ass place, you know.
Especially that area where a lot of this shit goes down.
It goes down,
the Wild Hunnets is probably like a couple. It's probably like a couple square miles where like shit is just really going down.
Going down, and we know about this shit. That's just so crazy. We know more about this shit by looking online than anything, right? We know about this, so it's like, what makes you think that people could put out a video? And Lord rest his soul, young Poppy. But let's take some type of responsibility and definitely make a change. Word, that's all I'm asking. I'm not saying that what he went through some shit, right? I don't wish that on anybody. I don't wish anybody to die. I feel like if you die before the age of 28, you didn't get a chance. Because you don't know shit about life until you're 30. 30, you kind of like, you know what? I got so much to live for. Before that shit, you don't know shit. Believe it or not, you might think you know everything right now. Women on some advanced shit. But guys, we're not advancing until we hit at least 30, right? Because you got to think about shit like, what is there to live for? And when you're younger, I thought I was invincible. But right now, I think like, yo, fuck it, man. I got to live for another day. I ain't trying to shoot nobody, fight nobody, hate nobody. Because if I hate somebody, I ain't fucking with you. But that's just me.
Word,
hey, guys. We're two educated guys trying to figure this shit out. Man, check out our live stream on Thursday. Subscribe, like our shit. Every time we watch some stuff like this, unfortunately, it does get deep because it affects our souls. And we just, if you fuck with us, you fuck with us. You know how we feel.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Man. But me being in a black fraternity, if you don't know about me, I play as Phi Beta Sigma. Like I'm all about fucking seeing black people successful. So all the people out there who didn't say like, yo, you seem like the hater. How the fuck I seem like a hater when all I do is put people on that are of color and not of color?
Word.
That's all I fucking do. You know what I'm saying? And T Greasy, when y'all made them comments, it's all good because all I did was put people on with that too. Word. So my thing is, at the end of the day, I help people out and I make people have businesses. If you come to California and you need some help, I'm here for it. I'm the first one to jump up and say, I got your back in the most expensive city in the world. Word. But just have my back in return. That's all I ask for. So when you leave these comments, realize we do read. We read every single comment, man. And it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
It affects us, but then again, we understand that with every negative comment is one, like the T Greasy. Look at our T Greasy comment. T Greasy, right?
Yeah, Greasy.
You look at the motherfucking comments, you be like, God damn, how they still do it? But you know what? We do this because we love y'all at the end of the day, and we want to do this because we want to make sure that y'all get this message, right? Like at the end of the day, right? Because we love people at the end of the day. So that's all I want to say, get off my chest. Two educated guys.
Peace.